Hey there, sports fans. Ready to unlock incredible hotel deals? Get a free membership and save up to 50%. Stay grand. Spend less. The simplest site. The best unpublished hotel deals. peachbelttravel.com.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the USCA Convocation Center for the 89th matchup between the USCA Pacers and the Augusta Jaguars. I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us on your Sunday afternoon for this historic rivalry. Both teams coming in dead even in overall records, 9-4 each team. Pacers sitting at 2-1 in Peach Belt play. Augusta 3-0 in Peach Belt play. However, taking a look at things, Augusta has played very well on the road. They are a 6-1 team when they are away from the Christian Berry Fieldhouse. The Pacers 6-2 when playing here on the Convo floor. There's the opening tip. And we are underway as that one was battled for and out of bounds. Pacers will take over to start things off. Bit of a roller coaster here, an early roller coaster for Augusta. They dropped their first 4 games of the season, and since then they have won 9 in a row to be on a hot streak, looking for number 10. Pacers, on the other hand, they are 5-2 in their last 7 overall games, coming off of back-to-back Peach Belt wins against Georgia College and State University and a road win at Flagler back on Wednesday. Pacers getting things underway. Jalen McCoy with the ball, handed it on off to Rajon Blackwell. He'll give that to Rafael Rubel. Rubel driving to the basket, pulls back up, gives it to McCoy. McCoy makes a little spin move, kicks it on out. Rubel again, driving to the basket. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Shot is blocked, rebound grabbed. 1 second left, and it's going to get blown dead. Rajon Blackwell's basket would have been good had he had maybe another second on the clock. A good, strong defense by Augusta to start things off. Their starting 5, Dimitri Gardner, John St. Germain III, Chavon Torrance, T.J. Baker, and Maximilian Amadison. The starting 5 for Augusta. Torrance will give it over to Baker. Baker, watch by Rubel. So he'll send it over to Gardner. Dimitri Gardner trying to charge in off of McCoy. Bounces it into the paint. It's Amadison. Amadison about to put a shot up, but instead there's going to be a foul called. Or correction, not a foul, just a turnover. Both teams turning the ball over in their first possessions. Quickly to the basket. It is Davion Cunningham with the layup in for 2. Cunningham coming off of a strong performance at Flagler, dropping in 24 points off of the Saints, paired with McCoy's 23. They handily beat the Saints almost by themselves. Shot off the basket. It's going to be Simeon Gurman coming up with the block and picking up the rebound. Rajon Blackwell pulls up, looking for 3. Blackwell around the rim and in for 3. Good start for the Pacers. 5-0 run. These high emotion contests, it's important to get them off to a strong start. Baker has his pass tipped. Corralling it is Germain. He can't keep it in bounds, however, as he puts a toe out of the paint. Pacers taking over again on the turnover. Rubel being watched by Baker. Gives it to Blackwell. Now it's in the hands of Cunningham. Cunningham in the corner. Doesn't see an opening. Gives it to McCoy instead. McCoy driving into the paint. Makes his move, takes a shot, lefty hook, can't let it drop, and it'll be picked up by Max Amadison. St. Germain brings it up himself. Gardner takes the pass. Gardner to the basket, runs into Germain, and it's going to be a foul. There are 2 Pacers in the area, and they're going to say it was on McCoy, not Germain. So Jalen McCoy is the first player to have a foul. And we'll see Dimitri Gardner head to the line for 2. Gardner, 61 of 71 on the year, an .859 percentage. And that'll go up as he makes his first. Two for 2 on the trip. And the Pacer lead is down to 3. Rubel bringing the ball up. Rubel gets a screen. Pulls back a little bit, gives it to Blackwell. Back to Rubel again. Rubel looks to get a pass to Blackwell. A little bit out in front of him. That'll be a turnover and a Jaguar basketball. St. Germain moving it up. Blackwell watching him closely. Now applying pressure. Gets a little bounce pass over to Baker. Back over to Torrance. Bounced in to Amadison. Amadison can't get through the defense. Likes to kick it out to St. Germain. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Now it's Gardner. Gardner looking for three. That one just short. Rebound grab by Rubel. Rubel almost has his pocket picked on the pass. Rubel down takes a pass. Moves into the paint. Bounces to German. German with the layup off the glass and in. Thought about going for the dunk, but instead went for the lighter touch. Comes away with 2 points nonetheless. Torrance looking to get it into Amadison. Amadison giving it right back again. Torrance trying to drive past McCoy. Kicks it on out to the three-point line. It's Baker. Baker directing his squad around. Trying to get around Rubel. Gets a screen, pulls up, long pass into the corner. It's Gardner looking for three, and he puts a little too much behind it. Coming up with the board is Cunningham. Cunningham looking to go all the way, and he'll draw a foul on the shot. TJ Baker getting called for the foul. Pacers will head to the line for two. As we said, this is the 89th matchup between these two squads. Augusta leads the all-time series 56-32 against the Pacers. However, in the last 5 meetings, the Pacers have come away the victors 4 times, including 1 win in the 2023 NCAA tournament second round against the number 1 seeded Jaguars on their home floor. Big win in Pacer history as it sent them to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2014. Couple substitutions coming in now for both squads. First try was good for Cunningham, score now 8-2. 2 for 2 on the trip, and it's a 9-2 lead for the Pacers. Augusta will move the ball up. Evan Joyner, who checked into the match, with it now. St. Germain, Blackwell on him, knocked down, while shot is up and in off the glass. St. Germain picking up the points. And Pacers will go back the other way. Cam Perkins giving it to his teammate and Mason Grant. Cunningham to Blackwell. Back to Perkins again. Perkins will send it back over to Grant. Grant looking for an open, gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell looking for three under pressure. And he'll get the shot off. Foul called on Joyner. And it looks like we are going to have a trip to the line for three. And before we get to that, though, we'll have our first media timeout. 15:35 to play. Pacers up 9-4. Back from the break, trip to the free throw line for Rajon Blackwell, who will take a trio of shots from the charity stripe. And the first one is good for Blackwell. Came into the game 52 of 62 from the line, 839 free throw percentage, and again, that just went up a little bit. And a little bit more as the second try is also good. 2 for 2 so far. Make it 3 for 3. Blackwell perfect from the line. Well, 12-4 advantage for the Pacers. 4.5 minutes gone by in this first half. St. Germain giving it over to Joyner. Joyner trying to hand it on off to Gardner. Almost lost it, but corralled it. And St. Germain again with it. Running into Blackwell, and a foul called on Blackwell. I don't know about that. It looked like St. Germain just kind of tripped. Rajon Blackwell getting tabbed for the foul. That'll be his first of the game, and the second for the Pacers. Quick inbound pass into Elias Paulson. And this one knocked back. And German coming up with it. German to the basket. Can't get it to drop. Rebound, though, grabbed by Grant. Mason Grant in the right place, right time. Here's another try. This one knocked out of bounds on the block. And it'll be Pacer basketball with a 21-second shot clock. Now, Simeon Gurman with a nice steal there. Almost a steal and score, but some solid defense by the Jaguars knocked the try away. So it'll be Perkins to inbound, giving it to the big man in Gurman. Rajon Blackwell with it, bounces it in. Here's a slam by Davion Cunningham. Davion Cunningham coming in from the corner and just slamming it down. Beautiful play, drawn up nicely and executed to perfection. Evan Joyner from the corner, trying to get around Grant. His pass broken up and stolen away. Grant coming away with the ball. Perkins brings it up. Ooh, nice little spin move. Gets a screen from Gurman. And now he's just going to carry it a little separation, slow things down. Into the hands of Blackwell. Back to Grant. Grant at the top of the arc, moving around. Giving it to Perkins. Perkins pulls up, takes a shot off the back of the iron. Rebound will be corralled by Dimitri Gardner. Augusta back the other way. St. Germain to Gardner. Now it's Amadison. Amadison under pressure, gets the hook shot off. Rebound, picked up by Blackwell. And a foul called on this one as Elias Paulson reached in a little too far on Blackwell. That'll be his first and the third for the Jaguars. Spacers make some substitutions here. Caleb Seiler checking into the game for the first time, as is Dwight Kennedy Jr. Herman and Blackwell will take a well-deserved breather. Both those guys playing fiercely in the first half, first 6 minutes of this first half. Looping pass into Grant. He gets it, takes the shot, bad angle, blocked and corralled by Zaire Edwards. Edwards giving it to Germain. Germain driving to the basket and off the glass and in despite the defense. Ooh, and a bad handoff there. Mason Grant tried to hand it off to Cam Perkins, but he was pressured by Edwards, who forced the turnover. A little bit of bad luck and well-timed defense for the Jaguars will give Augusta the possession. Madison with the pass. They're going around the horn. It's Edwards. Back to Germain. St. Germain. He's watched closely, giving it over to Joyner. Joyner driving in. He runs into a wall. And they're going to call a foul here on Seiler, I believe. Nope, they're going to call it on Kennedy. So Kennedy getting tabbed for the foul. Third foul of the half for USCA Aiken. They'll send Joyner to the line to shoot. 19 of 33 from the charity stripe. And he'll knock it through. To go 20 of 34. And 2 for 2 on the trip. They'll cut the Pacer lead to 6. It's now 14-8. Caleb Bird will come on for Coach Vanderslice and the Pacers as Grant looks to inbound it. Wide open is Seiler. Now the Pacers can move it up with a little pressure from Augusta. Edwards trying to reach in on Perkins. He's able to counter. Grant with it now. Grant driving in, looking to get into the paint. Bounces it. Seiler was unguarded as he goes up and drops it in for two. Nice no-look pass there, right to Seiler. Managed to shake his coverage. And now some pressure here from Perkins. Joyner with it. Madison tries to hand it off to Edwards. Back to a Madison. He's watched by Seiler. Seiler not shaken off of him. Shot short. And the rebound is grabbed by Kennedy. Dwight Kennedy moving it up. Mason Grant with it. And they're going to call a carry on Mason Grant. A little too long on that dribble there when he tried to pass. A turnover, giving it to the Jaguars again, as they will send Edwards forward to carry it up. Luis Nonfon passes it over to Gardner. Gardner driving to the basket, gets his shot off, can't get it through though. Seiler formed the wall and stopped it. Pacers pick up the rebound and back the other way. Stolen away as Perkins was knocked down on the play. No calls, officials are just going to let it play out. From the corner, Edwards to Joyner. Back to Madison. Almost broken up by Kennedy as he watches Edwards. Throw to the corner, trying to get it to Gardner. Going to go out of bounds. Pacers take over. An immediate timeout called. 11:56 to play in the first. It's 16-8 USC Aiken over Augusta. And back to the action we go, fresh out of the media timeout, about halfway through this first half. Pacers up 16-8. Some numbers. Both teams have been perfect from the charity stripe. Pacers 5 of 5, Augusta 4 of 4. However, from the field, the Pacers 5 of 11 to Augusta's 2 of 8, including 1 3-ball. Pacers with possession again. Caleb Bird to Seiler, back to Bird again. Bounces it into McCoy, back off the bench. McCoy has it poked, and the loose ball is scooped up by the Jaguars. It's Luis Monfon. And Germain, and an offensive foul called on the Jaguars. Monfon getting called for the foul. Pacers will take over. McCoy. He's watched by Nonfon. Somebody lost a shoe out there. Seiler under the basket, tries to hook it in. Can't get it to drop, and the ball goes out of bounds. Pacer basketball as it was touched by number 24 in black. It was Augusta player who lost his shoe, and he might not be too upset that the play stopped. Able to put his equipment back on and in order. Inbound to McCoy at the top of the arc, driving in to the paint, spins around, takes a shot, can't get it to drop, and Nonfon comes up with the rebound. St. Germain will bring it up, flanked by Nonfon. Almost loses it on his own spin move. Able to corral it though, Nonfon. Driving in, tries to bounce it on in, and stolen away by the Pacers. It's Seiler coming up with the steal. Screen here for Rubel. Bounces to McCoy. Jalen McCoy, so far been kept off the score sheet. 15-second shot clock. Here he goes, makes his move, hooks it up, and there he is. Jalen McCoy finally finds pay dirt with the patented left hook. Augusta on the attack now. Edwards with a bounce to Amadison. Amadison will hand it off to St. Germain. St. Germain driving to the basket, and St. Germain coming away with a great effort there with 2 points. Rubel starts the attack for the Pacers, giving it to McCoy. McCoy spins right to the post and off the glass and in. Jalen McCoy, he's not flashy, but he gets results, and they are pretty. Dimitri Gardner with a bounce pass to Nonfon. Back to Amadison, back to Gardner. Gardner looking for three. That one's going to air. And the Pacers come away with it. Rubel. Get a screen from McCoy. Now we'll give it to McCoy. McCoy driving. Oh, he has his pocket picked. St. Germain right there to pick it up, going coast to coast to drop it in for a steal and score. Rubel now, giving it back to McCoy. They'll start over again. Bird to McCoy. McCoy driving, can't get it to drop. Rebound, grabbed by McCoy, and now he'll get it on the second chance. Augusta had the rebound. It was poked away from Louis Nonfon. And the Pacers will take the free gift. 10-point lead for USC Aiken with 8:45 to play in the first. Both teams looking to make some changes at the next opportunity as Gardner moves in. Gardner spins, fires a shot. That one bounces off the rim and in. Dimitri Gardner, the leading scorer for this Jaguar squad, averaging 23.2 points per game. He has a total, well, coming into this game, had a total of 300 points. Next closest was 221 points, being Amadison. Here's a three try for the Pacers. Kennedy, he can't get it to go, and Amadison will pick up the rebound. Off the back of the rim and bounced off. Don St. Germain. Watched closely by Rafael Rubel. Rubel. He's going to reach in, and there's going to be a foul on number 23 in white. Oh, that was Rubel's first foul, the fourth foul of the half for the Pacers, and we have the under 8-minute media timeout coming up. 22-14, Pacers lead. Timeout comes to a close. We'll get back to the action. A second under 8 minutes to play, and it's 22-14 Pacers over the Jaguars of Augusta. Pacers doing a great job on the offensive and defensive glass. 7 defensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds for a total of 12 to Augusta's 5 total all of which have been defensive rebounds. Well, let's see if the Pacers can keep that kind of pace up against this Jaguar squad. It'll be Baker to inbound. St. Germain, watched by Blackwell, drives to the basket, runs into Herman, and coming up with the board is Nonfon. St. Germain slowing the pace down a little bit, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Picks up a couple screens but can't break his way through the arc. Pass out to Baker, pulls up, takes his shot, can't get it to go, and McCoy is there for the rebound. Cunningham. He has his pocket picked. It's Baker. Baker has to slow up a little bit. That'll give the Pacers a chance to regroup. Gardner driving to the basket and knocking it through, drawing the foul and scoring the basket. But Cunningham called for the foul, first of the game for him, fifth of the half for the Pacers. And Dimitri Gardner will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Unable to convert, so the score stays 22-16. Well, not too costly of a foul for the Pacers as Perkins brings it up. Watched by Baker to McCoy. McCoy giving it right back to Perkins. Cam Perkins trying to drive in, giving it over to Cunningham. Cunningham pulls up, fires from the line, and he'll drop it through for two. Baker back the other way. Ooh, almost an errant pass, corralled though by Torrance. He'll give it over to St. Germain. Now it's Gardner. Gardner. Ooh, he has his pocket picked, reaching in to force the turnover. I believe that was Cam Perkins as Herman comes up with the loose ball. Rajon Blackwell gets the pass off to McCoy. McCoy on the second effort puts it back in for a pair. St. Germain taking his time here. Blackwell watching. Gives it to Shavon Torrance. Torrance now giving it back over to Baker. Baker into the paint. Looking for an open man. Nobody's open now. He finally finds Gardner. 10-second shot clock. Gardner under pressure gets the shot off. Rebound. Put back. The attempt not good. But a foul is called and might be getting Gurman on this one. And that is indeed the case. I mean, Gurman picking up his first foul of the day. 6 fouls in the first half for the Pacers, 4 for the Jaguars. And it looks like we're going to see Luis Nonfon go to the line for 2. 10 of 17 on the year in free throws. Almost 59% from the charity stripe. And that'll go up a little bit as he drains his first try. Pacers making a shift change again as Joyner comes in for Augusta. Coach Vandersloot is trying to keep fresh legs out there. And 1 for 2 on the trip. German comes up with the rebound. It's Rubel. Handing it over to Grant. Now to Blackwell. Rajon Blackwell sending it over to Cunningham. Cunningham pulls up, fakes the shot. Now he shoots it, and Davion Cunningham with a beautiful 2. It'll be St. Germain to bring it up again. Sends it over to Baker. Baker under some pressure, sends it to Joyner. Joyner passes it into Gardner. Gardner trying to spin his way into the paint. He's under two-man pressure, and we're going to get a jump ball. Augusta will maintain possession, but with a 14-second shot clock. Big man Max Madison returning to the floor. Listed at 6'10", he looks a little bit bigger than 6'10". However, he matches up nicely with Simeon Gurman. Bounced in, and Gardner with the layup in. Had to thread the needle on that one, both on the pass and on the shot, and Augusta executed it to perfection. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Rubel with the pass. It's Grant. Bounced into Gurman. Gurman under pressure, looking for an opening. Takes his shot and can't get it to drop. Well, foul called on the play, however. That one's going to go against. Javon Torrance is going to get called for the foul, first for him. And Gurman to the line for 2. Simeon Gurman, 23 of 32 from the charity stripe, 7-19 in free throw percentage. And that one a little bit short. Actually changed that previous foul from 7 to 17. As Gurman 0 for 2 on the trip. Augusta will take over as they get the team rebound. DJ Baker to St. Germain. Now Joyner. Back to Baker again. Pass into Amadison. Amadison guarded by Gurman, and a traveling call on Amadison. A good defense there by Simeon Gurman, forcing the turnover. And the Pacers will take over with about 4.5 to play in the first. Good screen there by Gurman, allowing Rubel to move it up. Now Rubel will pull up a little bit. Let his team set up. Gives it to Cunningham. Blackwell bounces it into Grant. Grant in the paint, turns, fires, and drops it through. Baker with it now. Watched by Rubel. Pass intercepted. It's Cunningham. Cunningham to the basket for 2. A steal and score for number 2. And the Pacers make it 32-19. Good read there by Davion Cunningham to intercept the pass. Let's see what the Pacers do this defensive stand. Baker creating a little separation, giving to Amadison. Amadison, the handoff to Gardner. Gardner got a screen and draws a foul in the process. And they're going to call that one on Davion Cunningham. That'll be his second. As we reach the under 4-minute media timeout, 3.5 to play in the first. It's 32-19, USCA leading the Jaguars. And we are back here at the Convocation Center as the Pacers and the Jaguars do battle. I'm Marcus Johnson again. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday rivalry. Dimitri Gardner at the line for 2, or for 1 in the bonus, I'm sorry. As he's unable to convert, coming up with the rebound, Caleb Seiler. An uneventful trip to the line. As Cam Perkins starts things off for the Pacers. Gets a screen, but not an effective one, as he can't shake Edwards. Gets it to Seiler. And we get a foul called here. This one going against Zaire Edwards. First foul of the day for number 3 in black. The Pacers will inbound it with a new 20-second shot clock. I'll end up burn a little more clock here. A little reach in, no call. They're going to let it play out. Blackwell. This pass is almost intercepted, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Smart play there by Cam Perkins not to touch the ball as it rolled out. Augusta trying to claim that he did end up actually touching the ball before it went out. And the officials don't need to conference. They'll let it play out. Seiler picks up the inbound. Blackwell bounces into Grant. Grant draws some defense and drops it in. Mason Grant able to get one defender to jump and able to get around the second one to put it in for a pair. Blackwell watching St. Germain closely. Look at the ball to Gardner. Gardner sending it to Joyner now. Joyner watched by Grant. Joyner driving into the paint. Pulls up. Shot blocked by Grant. Able to pick up the rebound, however. Amadison pulls up, takes a shot from the line, and he'll drop it in. And we have a timeout called on the floor. 2:25 to play here in the first half. And the Pacers lead Augusta 34-21. Short 30-second timeout. The teams will head back out onto the floor. 13-point advantage for the Pacers, if my math is correct. 2:25 to play in the first half. Pacers will inbound it. And it'll be Cam Perkins. Pressure from Edwards. And off to Blackwell. Jalen McCoy now with it, directing traffic, now makes his move. McCoy backing his way into the paint, pulls up, takes a lefty shot, can't get it to drop, and Gardner will pick up the rebound. Joyner sending it over to Gardner. Gardner looking for a route in, and takes a way off-balance shot. Rebound corralled, though. Three-point basket tried by Edwards. He can't drop it through. All the time in the world, and Edwards just couldn't convert. And an offensive foul called on the Pacers here. I think it's going to be Blackwell. And indeed, that is the call. Second foul of the day for Rajon Blackwell. And they will send Augusta to the line for one and a bonus. Or not, no, I don't think they will. They're just going to inbound it. They were setting up that way. Anfon returning to action for Augusta. Jaguars will inbound it right in front of their own bench. And as Coach Vandersloot sends in Blake Kennedy to counter head coach Dimitris's substitution of Nanfon. St. Germain giving the ball over to Gardner. In the hands of their leading scorer, the Jaguars looking to make a late run here in the first. Gardner with a bounce here to Amadison. Amadison can't get around Seiler, turns and takes his shot off the rim, rebound, batted around, and it's going to be picked up by the Pacers, and we get a foul called on the play. Dwight Kennedy able to pick up the board and draw the foul. And it's going to be Dimitri Gardner called for the foul. Trip to the line for a one and a bonus for Dwight Kennedy Jr. of the Pacers. Kennedy 6 of 11 from the free throw line this year. Not a whole lot of trips. And he'll knock through the first one to get a second. And 2 for 2 for Dwight Kennedy, his first 2 points of the contest. Moves the score to 36-21 in favor of the Pacers with a touch over a minute to play. Enfant hands it off to Gardner. Throw over to St. Germain, and they're going to say he stepped out. Basketball goes to USC Aiken. 1 minute left in the first. Cam Perkins moves it up in reverse as he's getting pressured by Edwards. Seiler at the top of the arc. Pass into McCoy. McCoy turns, takes a shot, and another beautiful hook by number 12 in white. The Jaguars will move it up. They're going to take their time. It's St. Germain. He's watched by Kennedy. Enfant with a pass to Gardner, Dimitri Gardner. Looking for a lane to move. Into the paint, takes a shot off the back of the basket. Can't get it to go, and with the putback, though, is Dimitri Gardner. Nobody could come up with the rebound, but Gardner, after taking the first shot, puts it back for another basket, and we get a timeout here. 11 seconds left in the first half. And I believe the Pacers are going to take this timeout. Assistant coach TJ Knight calling for a 30-second timeout. Pacers want to draw up a game plan, try to get a last-second basket here in the half before they head to the locker rooms. Jalen McCoy already up to 10 points for the Pacers, despite being held scoreless for a good portion of the first half. Jalen McCoy will inbound it with 11 seconds on the clock. It's Perkins to Grant. Grant with 4 seconds, under pressure, takes a shot, can't get it, rebound, second effort, oh, at the buzzer, it's Dwight Kennedy Jr. Pacers close out the first half with a buzzer beater to take a 40-23 lead into halftime over their rival in Augusta. Well, we'll take a break, be back in about 15 minutes with the second half and with some first half statistics. But don't go anywhere. We got more Peach Belt basketball coming to you in just a bit. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus Johnson here again. Thank you for joining us at the USC Aiken Convocation Center for Peach Belt basketball, featuring the USC Aiken Pacers and the visiting Augusta Jaguars. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half, and one thing that stands out is definitely the field goal percentage. Pacers 16 of 29 from the field, 55.2%. Augusta 9 of 24, only 37.5%. We'll see what Coach Dimitris, what adjustments he's made for this second half. In terms of rebounds, Pacers out-rebounding the Jaguars 20-12 in total. And at the charity stripe, Pacers 7 of 9, Augusta 5 of 8. Pretty even in that category. Pacers leading 40-23, however, off of 22 points in the paint to Augusta's 16, 14 off of turnovers to Augusta 6. And the Pacers 8 second chance points, Augusta 5 in total. Leading scorer for the Pacers, Davion Cunningham with 12. Jalen McCoy with 10 on the day. Over on the Augusta side, it's Dimitri Gardner and John St. Germain III, each with 8 points apiece to lead their squads. Well, we get things underway. Pacers with the ball to start things off here in the second half. A little pass here to Jalen McCoy. McCoy backing his way into the paint, takes his shot, and Jalen McCoy gets things going here in the second half. One of the things you cannot do against Augusta, any Augusta squad throughout the years, is let up off the gas. They will make you pay, as we have a long two-try here from Gardner. He can't get it to go. And picking up the rebound is Ryjon Blackwell. McCoy taking his time, passes it on out to Rubel. Right back to McCoy as McCoy's under pressure. McCoy backs his way in, takes his shot, and Jalen McCoy with the righty hook. Two quick baskets here for number 12 in white. Jaguars slowing the pace a little bit as it's T.J. Baker bringing it forward. Giving it over now to Max Amadison. Hand off to Baker again. Baker with the throw to St. Germain. Bounced into the paint, kept in bounds, and knocked off of a Pacer. Heads up play there by Javon Torrance to knock it off a body. Anfon coming into the matchup again. Pacers will also bring out Dwight Kennedy. Amadison meets with Gurman, and Gurman able to break up the shot, and a referee stopping the play, putting 4 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Dimitris pleading his case over there. I'm not entirely sure why the play was stopped. Now they're going to make it a 2-second shot clock instead of a 4-second shot clock. This is going to have to be a quick inbound and pull the trigger type deal. And again, not entirely sure why the play was, and we're back to 4 again. Do I hear 2? Do I hear 4? What is the final bidding? And apparently 4 is the final bidding. Augusta with the inbound. Good inbound pass. 2-second shot clock. Shot goes up, and we get the foul called on, probably on Simeon Gurman. And that is indeed the call. Second foul of the day for number 24. And Luis Nanfan will head to the line for 2. Really not entirely sure what that whole ordeal was leading up to this, but Nanfan knocks through the first try, 44-23. Our official scoring table is trying to sort out the previous play as well. When we get some information, we'll try to pass it along to you. As Nanfan is 2 for 2 on the trip. And Pacers under full court pressure from the Jaguars. They're not going to give the Pacers any chance to breathe on these inbounds. McCoy driving to the basket, gets a shot off, can't get it to drop through. Simeon Gurman coming up with the rebound, however, as he fights his way to the basket, puts his shot off the glass and in. Hard-fought basket for Simeon Gurman. He comes away with 2 points as his reward. Augusta on the attack again. Nice move by Baker. Baker in the paint, and it gets stripped away. Pacers come away with the ball. Rajon Blackwell pulling up for three. Rajon Blackwell drains it. The big three ball from number one. Augusta with it again. Baker. TJ Baker under pressure. It's Rubel providing pressure now. Kennedy checking on St. Germain from the corner for three. Baker can't get it to drop. Rebound grabbed by Rubel. Rafael Rubel sends it into the corner, right back to him now. Getting a screen from McCoy. Elects not to use it, pulls in, gives it to McCoy. McCoy into the paint. Passes over to Blackwell. Blackwell looking for another three. And he can't get it to go as he gets fouled on the play. He'll get another trip to the line for Rajon Blackwell. Baker getting called on the foul. Second foul for him. Another trio of tosses for Rajon Blackwell with 17-17 to play in the second half. Trying to add to this Pacer lead. First try is good, 50-25. Two for two. As Augusta's going to bring in a new face. Oliver Lucas will see action for the first time today. 6'6" sophomore. As Blackwell can't convert on the last charity toss, German able to keep the ball in bounds and give it to Blackwell. Nice play by the big man. Now we got a call of timeout by Coach Vanderslice and the Pacer bench. A very smart timeout call to keep possession for the Pacers. We'll take a break. Be right back from the media timeout. Back from the media timeout, Pacers will have 10 seconds on the shot clock as they'll try to inbound it from right in front of their own bench, and Jalen McCoy. See if he's up to the task. And he does get it in, right back to McCoy now. Shot clock winding down, McCoy driving to the basket, puts his shot up, can't get it to drop through, rebound corralled by the Jaguars. It was Torrance getting credited with the rebound. Now the Jags on the attack. We're going to get a foul called here. Reach in looks like going to be on Rajon Blackwell. That'll be his third foul of the day. The three fouls for Blackwell, they're going to have him come out of the game as he's getting into warm foul territory, not hot yet. The Jags will inbound it. Paulson. Now it's St. Germain. Here's a shot from Gardner, and Gardner's shot can't go. Late foul call here. See if they're saying it was on the floor or if it was going to be on the shot. And they are going to say on the shot. Foul against Simeon Gurman. Third foul for Simeon as well. I'm going to see if Pacers are going to swap him out for Seiler. As Dimitri Gardner goes to the line for 2, and indeed they are going to bring out Seiler after this toss. Dimitri Gardner unable to convert the first free throw. He's now 2 for 5 on the day. Uncharacteristic of his 86 percentage coming into the day. And good on the second try, 1 for 2 on the trip. Basically back to 25. Pacers moving it up with some speed. It's Bird. Caleb Bird going to the basket for 2. Jags with it again. Into the hands of Paulson. Back to Gardner again. Gardner trying to work his way to the hoop, and he can't drop it through. Rebound grab by Caleb Bird. Bird, right place, right time. Good read. Sends it over to Dwight Kennedy. Back to Bird again. Bounces it into Seiler. Seiler getting pressed. Almost stepped out of bounds. Able to stay inbounds and get the ball back out. Kind of reset. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rubel pulls up. Takes his shot. Off the rim. Can't get it to go. Seiler picks up the rebound. Seiler fights his way to the basket. Gets stripped as he tried to go up. And Dimitri Gardner will move it up for Augusta. Ooh, almost picked off. It's going to be St. Germain to the basket, and he can't drop it through, but he draws the foul. Going to be against Caleb Seiler. That'll be his first foul. And we're going to have our under 16-minute media timeout. 53-26, the Pacers lead. We're going to go to the charity stripe following the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll get back to the action now out of the media timeout. Headed to the line for Augusta, I believe it's going to be John St. Germain for a pair of tosses. St. Germain looking to get into double digits. He's got 8 points on the afternoon. And that'll help his cause as he drains the first try. And 2 for 2 on the trip. And makes the score 53-28 as St. Germain hits double digits with 10 points. USCA moving it on up. Augusta backing off a little bit on their pressure. Caleb Bird, countered by Joyner. Pass to Rubel as he gets put under double coverage. Pass into Seiler, and Caleb Seiler flushes it. Augusta on the attack. Dimitri Gardner looking for his open man. Gives it to Paulson. Paulson drives to the basket and draws a foul. I think this is going to be against... Oh, they're going to say it went against Caleb Bird. That'll be his first foul and the Pacers' 5th this half. Perkins will return to the floor for USCA as the Jaguars will inbound it with a new shot clock, 20 seconds. Quick inbound, now it's Edwards. To Gardner. Gardner spins, takes a shot off the rim. Rebound is picked up by Cam Perkins. Perkins taking his time. Gets his direction from Coach Vanderslice. And now he'll give it over to Bird, to Seiler. Back to Perkins again. Into the hands of Cunningham. Cunningham faked it. Now he's going to back off. Looking for a screen. Drives in. Tills up. Takes a shot. Bounces around. A rebound. Grabbed by the Pacers. It's Bird. And Bird with the putback. Caleb Bird able to sneak his way past the big men to get in position for that rebound and converts the basket for two. Paulson pressure is covered by Grant. Oliver Lucas now. Lucas turns and fires his shot. He can't get it to go, but a foul is called on the play. We're going to get another trip to the line for Augusta. Seiler called for the foul. Second foul for number 34 there. Both of the Pacers' big men have 5 fouls in total. 3 for Gurman and 2 now for Seiler. Still 13:55 to play here. You don't want your big men to get in foul trouble with that much time to play. Oliver Lucas knocking through his first free throw. Was 1 for 6 coming into the game today, so now 2 for 7. And make it 3 for 8 as he converts both tosses. Madison returning to the floor for Augusta. Coach Mitras using size on size now. Davion Cunningham taking his time. Moving his boys around. Now it's in the hands of Perkins. Perkins getting the screen, gets 2 screens. Perkins driving to the basket. Cam Perkins with a pair. First points for number 0 in white as he finally finds his way onto the score sheet. Gardner pulls up, takes his shot, and Dimitri Gardner, with a nice basket. That'll get number 2 into double digits. He has 11 points on the day. Davion Cunningham giving it to Mason Grant. Bounces it on in, and foul on the play. Caleb Bird was about to go up to try to dunk it in himself, despite his only 6'2" frame. So Caleb Bird will head to the line. And he'll make the first toss, bring the Pacers up to 60. Simeon Gurman and Jalen McCoy back onto the floor. Luis Nonfon back out there for Augusta. Second try, bounces around a little bit and finally falls through for a 2-for-2 trip. On St. Germain III will move the ball up. He is watched by Cunningham. Zaire Edwards. Back to Nonfon, back over to St. Germain. St. Germain directs traffic. Now moves to the paint, driving to the basket, gets a shot off and somehow manages to get it to drop. And we get a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout from the Augusta bench. Both teams back from the bench. We will get right back into the action now. Pacers will inbound it with 12:38 to play in the second half. Full court pressure here from Augusta. Morgan's able to get it into Davion Cunningham. Now the Jaguars will back off a little bit. Cunningham brings it up into the offensive zone. Cam Perkins to Bird, now to Gurman. Perkins almost has it poked out. Now it's into the hands of McCoy. McCoy can't get it cleanly away, and now it's taken away by the Jaguars. And now the Pacers coming away with it. A steal on both ends pretty much brings us right back to square one. Checking in during the timeout was John Tran for Augusta, seeing his first action of the day. And unable to keep it in bounds is going to be Cam Perkins. He had some trouble driving to the basket. So Rajon Blackwell will return to the floor. And we have our 12-minute media timeout with 11:56 to play. It's 61-34 Pacers. And welcome back, folks. Just under 12 minutes to play, and the Pacers lead the Jaguars 61-34 here in the second half. Augusta with the ball, and into inbound it is John Tran. St. Germain will bring it up. Rajon Blackwell back out onto the floor, watching him closely. It's Nonfon, takes his shot. McCoy might have got a hand on it to break the play up as the Pacers come away with the rebound. Rubel backing off a little bit, resetting, and ooh, that one almost picked. McCoy with the ball, and he gets it stripped away, but we're going to get a whistle and I believe a foul called on Augusta. So I hear Edwards getting called for the foul. That'll be his second. Third foul for Augusta this half. 20-second shot clock reset for the Pacers. Inbounded to Simeon Gurman. And off to Rubel, pulls back, looking for three, off the rim and out. Amadison there for the rebound. Augusta with speed, moving it up. St. Germain. Now he'll pull back, gives it to Tran. Don Tran looking for an opening. Ooh, almost gets it picked. Here's a shot for Edwards for three. He can't get it to go. And Rajon Blackwell there to pick up the loose ball. Blackwell And we're going to get an offensive foul on Rajan Blackwell as the screen from Gurman didn't work. Blackwell in foul trouble now with 4 fouls on the day. That's going to force Coach Vanderslice to pull him out. Pacers need to be careful with the fouls that they've been committing. There's a big margin of difference in terms of total fouls. Madison trying to shake off Gurman, and he's able to drop it through for 2. Pacers will move it up. Rubel with the handoff here to Dwight Kennedy. McCoy to Cunningham. Cunningham able to stay in bounds with a nifty little spin. And a traveling call on Jalen McCoy. McCoy not too pleased with that call. I really couldn't see his feet from where I was sitting to see if he actually did take an extra step or not. Now again, Augusta will take over on the turnover. And potentially costly mistakes here by the Pacers halfway through the second half. We'll see if Augusta can convert, and now they make a mistake as Nonfon's pass just goes right past Gardner and out. Jalen McCoy backs his way up, working his way into the paint. McCoy with the shot. McCoy with the basket. Moves McCoy up to 16 total points on the day. Trying to get back-to-back games with 20. We'll see if he can do it. Gurman trying to apply some pressure here. Now it's Nonfon. Watched by McCoy. Gets his shot off, and he can't drop it through, but he draws the foul. That's going to go against Jalen McCoy. Only his second foul, fortunately for Coach Vanderslice. It seemed like everybody who was fouling was getting into foul trouble. Nonfon at the line now. 1 for 2 on the day, make that 2 for 3 as he knocks the first one through. And 2 for 2 on the trip. That moves the score to 63-38. Javon Torrance returning to the floor for Augusta. Also subbing in during that session of free throws was Caleb Bird. And speaking of which, Bird picks up the inbound pass. Herman gives him a screen, allowing him to move it across half court. That's Cam Perkins. Under pressure by Baker. Handing it off to Bird. Bounce into McCoy. McCoy under coverage. Good awareness by McCoy. Into the paint, takes his shot, and he drops it through. Jalen McCoy with the basket and draws the foul. Luis Nonfon getting called for the foul as McCoy goes to the line to try to convert the three-point play. Correction, that is Nonfon's first foul on the day. And McCoy can't get it to drop through, so the three-point play is scrubbed. Augusta on the attack now. Madison able to reach under the basket and drop it through some heavy defense by the Pacers. Pacer lead cut to 25 now. 8:50 to play in the half. McCoy. Into the hands, back to McCoy actually. McCoy, nice move, tries to put it up, can't get it to drop through. German, early jump trying to get the rebound, goes off his head into the hands of a waiting Jaguar. Madison with it again. German right there behind him, putting up pressure. Here's the shot, it's short, rebound, scooped up by Jalen McCoy. Pacers taking their time, moving it across half court here, trying to eat up some clock. Caleb Bird, long pass into the corner. Here's a three-point try. This one going to be short. Rebound, Jalen McCoy there to pick it up. McCoy takes his shot. That one's short. Rebound, this time it's going to Madison who picks it up. Jaguars the other way now. It's Baker. Baker looking for an open man. Gives it to Paulson. Back to Madison. Madison under the basket now. Puts a shot up. It bounces out. Rebound scooped up by Baker. Baker. Long pass over into the corner here. Right there to read it was Kennedy. Madison. Short range two. And he'll convert from the paint. Madison now 2 points away from double digits. Cam Perkins moving it up. Back into the hands of Perkins from Kennedy. German. Right back to Perkins. Kennedy with it now. Under 10 on the shot clock. Gets his shot off. It's short. Rebound scooped up by Madison. Jaguars the other way now. Baker going for this shot. He can't get it to go through, and we'll get a foul called on the rebound. And that's going to be Caleb Bird, his second foul. And we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. 6:51 to play, 65-41. The Pacers lead it. We'll be back in just a minute. And media timeout comes to a close. We'll return to basketball action. Madison at the line for 1-1. Jaguars 14 of 18 from the charity stripe today. Madison's first try is no good, and the rebound is corralled by Caleb Bird. Cam Perkins being watched closely by Paulson. He's able to get it over to Bird. Now to Grant, Mason Grant. Trying to work his way to the basket now. Grant takes his shot. It's going to be short. Picks up his own rebound, however. Second try, no good. Rebound again, up into the air, and coming down with it is Elias Paulson. Jaguars quickly the other way, and that one is going to get booted out of bounds. And they're going to say Augusta basketball. Quick inbound here to Joyner. He'll hand it back off to St. Germain. Now it's Gardner. Gardner to St. Germain. St. Germain trying to work his way into the paint. He does. runs into some resistance, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the Pacers. And Coach Mark Vanderslice is not pleased at all with that call. Almost storming his way back into the locker room. And the referees are going to hear it from the Pacer crowd. Foul going against Mason Grant, only his first of the game, however, but the 10th foul of the day for the Pacers in this half. And Coach Mark Vanderslice has ditched the jacket. I don't think I've ever seen him do that in a game. He is not happy. And St. Germain able to convert the first free throw, 65-43. And 2 for 2 on the trip. And we get a foul called here on Augusta. Elias Paulson making a little unnecessary contact. Second foul for number 8 in black. They'll bring the total to 5 this half for Augusta. Cam Perkins will move the ball forward. Watched by Dimitri Gardner. Into the hands of Grant. To Cunningham. Cunningham looking for an open lane. Cunningham pulls up, goes for 3, and Cunningham with the 3 ball. Good way to answer back on the foul call that Coach V did not enjoy. Gardner trying to answer back with a hook shot of his own. He does drop it in for 2. Well, not quite a hook shot, but still good for 2 points. Now Pacers will move ahead again. Cam Perkins takes his time, and he'll bounce it over to Bird. Caleb Seiler back to Bird again. Bounced into Grant. Grant from the near post. Bounces it to Seiler. Seiler can't get it to go through, but he's able to draw the foul. That one again against Paulson. Quickly, Paulson up to 3. Well, Caleb Seiler will head to the line for a pair of tosses. Well, Seiler coming into the game was 13 of 18 from the charity stripe. And after a couple bounces, it finally falls through. And this time the bouncing around did not go in his favor as it falls out and right into the hands of Maxim Otteson. 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Pacers leading 69-46. Augusta going to fight their way back in with limited time. Here goes Gardner, long 2, can't drop it through. Pacers able to corral the rebound. It's Cunningham. Cunningham will take his time moving it across half court and just hands it off to Perkins. Pacers with the lead as big as it is, 23 points. Expect them to eat a lot of clock here. Cunningham, 9 seconds on the shot clock, gets a screen from Seiler. Pulls it back, sends it to Grant, 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's just gonna go for a 3. That'll go off the rim, and Pacers corral the rebound. It's Cunningham. A good shot there by Mason Grant to beat out the shot clock violation and give the Pacers a brand new possession. Seiler fights his way to the basket, and Caleb Seiler putting it up and in. Seiler up to 7 points now. Joyner to the basket, draws a foul. I think it's going to be either Seiler or Grant who will get charged, and it is going to be Caleb Seiler. That's his 3rd. And we're going to get a timeout now, the final media timeout of the game. 3:43 to play. Pacers with a commanding 71-46 lead over Augusta, but don't go anywhere. Anything can happen. As we get back to the action, Evan Joyner will go to the line to shoot for Augusta. Joyner 2 for 2 from the line today. I think that 2 for 3 as he misses his first shot. Oh for 2 on the trip, and coming up with the rebound is Mason Grant. The Pacers will move it up again with about 3.5 to play. Perkins getting it over to Cunningham. Cunningham in no hurry right now. Just going to pull back a little bit. 7 seconds on the shot clock as it goes to Seiler. Seiler tries to fight his way to the basket, ends up falling over, and they're going to call a foul. I believe that's going to be against Madison. Second foul for big number 17. And they're going to send Seiler to the line for 1 and 1. And Seiler gets the first one through. He'll get another shot. 72-46. And 2 for 2 on the trip. Caleb Seiler knocks him in. John Tran with it. Looking for an open man. He finds it in Nonfon. Now it's Baker. Madison. Using Seiler as a support beam there as he works his way to the basket. Can't get the hook shot in. And a foul called here on the floor. And they're going to say Mason Grant is going to pick up his second foul. Luis Nonfon at the line to shoot 2 now as his team trails 73-46 with just under 3 to play. And off the back of the rim and out. Oliver Lucas back out on the floor for Augusta. Pacers will counter with Dwight Kennedy. And Nonfon able to knock his second try through for a 1 for 2 trip to the charity stripe. Pacers on the move again. It's going to be Cam Perkins, watched by Baker. Perkins getting a screen from Grant. Gives it over to Kennedy. Now it's Seiler with it. Back to Perkins. Perkins works his way to the paint, jumps up, takes a shot, and drops it through. DJ Baker will move the ball up for the Jaguars. Picking up a screen from Nonfon. Almost loses it. Now he'll give it over to Nonfon. All the way over to Paulson. Shot here from Oliver Lucas. He can't get it to drop. And picking up the rebound will be Dwight Kennedy. Two minutes remain. Pass almost intercepted by Luis Nonfon. And instead he's going to get called for a foul. Second foul for him. A trip to the line for Grant, 1 and 1. First trip to the charity stripe for Grant, and his first one after a couple bounces eventually falls through the bucket. And a perfect 2 for 2 on the day for Mason Grant. As Pacers increase their lead to 30. Zaire Edwards trying to work his way through. This loose ball scooped up by the Pacers. Pushed ahead to Grant, and he can't get it to go as he's fouled on the play. Coach Vanderslice is already out there to check on Grant. He took a nasty shot into the basket. And Grant's okay. He hops up with a little help from his coach. They're going to send him over to get checked out by the trainers. Now I'm assuming the officials are going to get together to see if they're going to assess a technical or not. And they are going to actually probably check the replay instead. We're going to take a short break while they take a look at how things are going. We'll be back in a minute. A 30-second timeout being taken by Coach Mitras. I believe they assessed a technical foul to Zaire Edwards, and he's leaving the game too. However, in a good show of sportsmanship, he does go over, clasps hands with Mason Grant. So give the guy some credit for that. Good show of sportsmanship there. In these rivalry games, you know emotions run high, and especially when one team has been dominating for most, if not the entire game, when those emotions can't be put in check. But fortunately, nothing serious came of it. Mason Grant is okay. He's back out there to shoot. And Grant knocks through the first of his technical shots. And 2 for 2. Mason Grant converts. Now USCA will get a chance to inbound it for another possession. Shot clock at 27, so pretty much a full possession for the Pacers with $1:45 on the clock. Inbounded to Chetlet Delva, who just checked into the game for the first time today. Delva with a pass on over here to Perkins. Perkins just going to eat the ball here to eat clock. He's got Kennedy to his left. Instead, elects to move it towards the basket. passes it here to Grant, and what a flush by Mason Grant. John Tran with it now, trying to answer back with a little over a minute to play. And up and in goes Luis Nanfan as he kisses the glass with the bucket. Final minute to play here. Pacers will move it up nice and slowly. 81-49 is their lead, and safe to say, I think it's going to be safe. Pacers will return to action as they take on Georgia Southwestern right here at the USCA Convocation Center. Next Wednesday is Delva looking for three, banking it off the glass. A big three ball from Chedlet Delva to get himself on the scoreboard. And with 33.2 seconds left to play, it is 84-49 USC Aiken. Once again, the Pacers will return to action on January 15th. That's Wednesday, when they take on the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes. Tip-off for that game is scheduled for 7:30, but that is, of course, pending the results of the women's game beforehand. And then they head on over to Columbus, Georgia to take on Columbus State on Saturday, January the 18th, before returning home to take on the Sand Sharks of USC Beaufort on Wednesday, January the 22nd. It's all PBC play until we get to the postseason now. Pacers looking to establish a statement win here against the Jaguars. Now the Jaguars will inbound it with 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. All knocked away, and the Pacers will take over as they turn the shot clock off. And the Pacers are just going to eat this one and let the clock wind down. A huge victory for the Pacers as they take down their rivals in Augusta, 84-49, as the countdown begins. 7 seconds. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Pacers with the win over the Jaguars, 84-49 your final. USC Aiken improves to 10-4 overall. The Jaguars drop to 9-5 overall and 3-1 in conference play. Pacers improving in conference play to 3-1 as well. Once again, an incredible win by this Pacers squad, taking down their rivals here on their home floor. And a reminder once again to check out Pacersports.com for all of your post-game statistics from this game and every game in the 2024-2025 basketball season. Be sure to take a look at social media for our post-game interview with Coach Vanderslice and his selected players. And until next time, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you, and have a good one.